Hello guys, welcome to the Oil and Gas e-learning channel. In today's session, we are going to learn about piping isometric drawings in detail. First, we will answer, what is a piping isometric drawing? Then, we will see how you can easily understand and read an isometric drawing. Finally, we will cover the important points you should always remember when working with piping isometric drawings. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear and simple understanding of piping isometric drawings, making it much easier to apply in real projects. So, let's get started. What is a piping isometric drawing? A piping isometric drawing is a 2D drawing that represents a 3D view of a piping system. It is called isometric because it is drawn at a 30-degree angle, which makes the pipes appear three-dimensional on paper. These drawings are extremely important in the oil and gas industry. In piping work, isometric drawings are often called the Bible for fabricators because they contain everything needed to fabricate and install a piping system. Here's why they are so important. They show all the details a fabricator needs: dimensions, pipe lengths, fittings, weld locations, and pipe directions. They include the bill of materials, BOM or MTO, so the workshop knows exactly what materials to prepare. They guide fabricators to cut, weld, and assemble pipes directly using the drawing. And they help engineers, fabricators, and construction teams clearly understand how the piping spool should be fabricated and installed. Now let's learn how to read and understand the document title box and line number in a piping isometric drawing. First, the document title box is usually located at the bottom right corner of the drawing. It contains important details such as project name, isometric line number, revision number, sheet number, document number. Second, the line number is like a unique ID for each line in a piping system. Think of it like a name for the pipe. It helps identify each line clearly. The isometric line number itself contains a lot of information. Now, let's look at an example of a line number and break it down step by step. Here we have 350203, 2-inch P 430577, 61422, T1, N, N, R-01, S, H01/01. Each part of this number tells us something important. 3502, this is the unit or area code which identifies the section of the plant. 03, this is the subarea or system code. 2-inch, this is the pipe size showing the pipe diameter. P, this is the service code which usually stands for process line. 430577, this is a line sequence number, a unique number that identifies this specific line. 61422, T1, this part is a piping class or piping material specification. NN, this is the insulation code. In this case, NN means no insulation. R01, this is a revision number, meaning this drawing is at revision 1. SH01/01, finally, this is the sheet number, which tells us this is sheet 1 of 1. Each part of the number represents a specific detail about the piping line. Third, near the document title box, there are sections like 1. Engineering approval. Here, a senior engineer reviews the piping isometric for accuracy, specifications, and codes. This ensures the design is technically correct before construction. 2. AFC stamping, approved for construction. Once the drawing is reviewed and finalized, it receives an AFC stamp. This means the drawing is officially approved for construction and can be used on-site for fabrication and installation. Drawings without an AFC stamp are not final and must not be used for construction. 3. Controlled copy. A controlled copy is an official version of the drawing issued to the construction team. It's tracked so everyone uses the latest revision. This prevents mistakes from outdated drawings. When updates happen, new controlled copies are issued and old ones withdrawn. Finally, every piping isometric includes a table, often located near the title box. It shows design and test pressure, design and operating temperature, painting system, insulation requirements, NDT requirements, line tracing requirements, P&ID and GAD references, legend and notes. This table is your quick reference guide to understanding the piping system's operational details. Section 3. What is a bill of material and how do you read it on an isometric drawing? Now let's learn about the bill of materials, also known as the BOM. A bill of material is a detailed list of all the materials and components needed to fabricate and install the piping shown in the isometric drawing. It's usually found here, in the top right corner of the drawing. The bill of material is extremely important because it helps the procurement team order the correct materials, guides the fabrication shop on what is required, prevents shortages or excess materials at the site. Now, most BOMs are divided into three main categories. 1. Fabrication materials, items required for shop fabrication, such as pipes and fittings. 2. Erection materials, items required during site installation, like bolts, gaskets, and valves. 3. Supports, pipe supports that are installed during erection. Let's now go through what you will usually find inside a BOM table. Part number, the serial number for each component. Description, it tells us the name of the component, such as an elbow, D, a flange, or a reducer. It also specifies the material, for example ASTM a 106 grade B or ASTM a 234 WPB. And it includes the schedule or rating, meaning the wall thickness for pipes, or the pressure class for fittings and flanges. Size, the nominal diameter of the component. Material code, a unique catalog number such as MESC, VPRM, or SAP. This makes components traceable in procurement and warehouse systems. Quantity, the number of pieces required. And finally, special items such as strainers, expansion joints, or instruments if they are included. Section 4. What is piping orientation and directions? Now let's talk about piping orientation and directions. Piping orientation refers to how pipes are arranged in a plant or system, whether they are horizontal, vertical, sloped, or placed at an angle. Proper orientation is very important because it ensures safety, accessibility for maintenance, and efficient use of space. Now, let's understand piping directions. Piping directions show the path of the pipe in the plant. They are usually labeled as north, south, east, west, up, or down. Finally, we have flow direction. Flow direction shows the path that the fluid, whether liquid, gas, or steam, moves through a pipe. It is usually indicated with arrows on the drawing. Knowing the flow direction is very important because it helps to install valves, pumps, and instruments correctly. Ensure proper operation and safety. Avoid mistakes like backflow or wrong connections. Section 5. How to read and understand piping orientation and directions. Now that we understand what piping orientation and directions mean, let's learn how to read and understand them on an isometric drawing. First, look for plant north. Plant north is usually shown in the top corner of the drawing. Once you know where north is, you can easily determine the other directions. South is opposite north. East is to the right. West is to the left. Up and down are in the vertical direction. Sometimes, the line cannot follow these 6 directions because of obstacles in the plant layout. In that case, the line runs at an inclined angle. This is called rolling or offset. There are 3 types of rolling or offset. Single rolling, vertical. The line moves at a vertical angle. The hatch mark on the drawing is also vertical. Single rolling horizontal. The line moves at a horizontal angle. The hatch mark on the drawing is also horizontal. Double rolling, box rolling. The line moves at both horizontal and vertical angles. The hatch marks show both directions. So, to read piping orientation and directions, always start by finding plant north. Then check the drawing for the path of the line. Look for rolling symbols and hatch marks to understand if the line changes direction. Section 7. How to read and understand piping coordinates. Now let's learn how to read and understand piping coordinates in an isometric drawing. Coordinates are used to show the exact location of a pipe in the plant. The north coordinate gives the position in the north-south direction. The east coordinate gives the position in the east-west direction. Together, the north and east coordinates work just like a map, helping you find the pipe's location on the plant layout. For example, if the drawing shows north is equal to 10111515, east is equal to 6,61,600, and EL plus 10,08,486. This means the north value 10111515 gives the pipe's position in the north-south direction. The east value 661600 gives its position in the east-west direction. And the elevation value EL plus 10,08,486 tells us the pipe is 8,486 millimeters above the base level. When you combine north, east, and elevation, you get the exact 3D position of the pipe in the plant. So, remember, north, east, and elevation together give the complete picture of where a pipe is located in the plant. Section 8. How to read continuation pipelines and branch connections in isometric drawings. Now let's learn how to read continuation pipelines and branch connections in an isometric drawing. Sometimes the pipe is very long and cannot fit in a single isometric drawing sheet. In this case, the line is continued on another isometric sheet. At the end of the pipeline, you will see a note and arrow that says continued on isometric. To follow the pipeline, just go to the mentioned isometric number. On that sheet, you will see the line starting again with a note like continued on isometric. This way, you can trace the same pipeline across multiple isometric sheets without missing any part. Now, let's talk about branch connections. A branch is simply a pipeline connected to a main header pipe. On the drawing, a branch is shown with a continuation isometric line number. To trace the branch, go to the mentioned isometric sheet and look for the same line number. There, you will see the branch connection point to the main pipeline. So, remember, continued on isometric is a notice your guide to follow the same pipe on the next isometric. Section 9. What is a weld number joint number in piping isometric? Now let's learn about weld numbers, also called joint numbers, in a piping isometric drawing. In piping isometric drawings, every weld joint is given a unique sequential number following the flow direction of the pipe. This number is called a weld number or joint number. The purpose of weld numbers is to identify each weld clearly, track it for inspection and quality checks, perform tests like RT, UT, PT, PWHT, and MPT, which are called non-destructive testing or NDT. Weld numbers usually increase along the flow direction. This helps to understand the sequence of fabrication and installation. You can see these numbers shown near the joint in the drawing. Weld numbers are divided into two types. 1. Shop joints. These joints are welded in the fabrication shop during spool fabrication. They are usually shown with a round symbol. From these joints, we calculate the fabrication scope called shop inch dia. The formula for calculating shop inch dia is Number of shop weld joints times pipe size in inches. For example, if there are 10 joints of 2 inches, 10 times 2 equals 20 inch diya, shop inch diya. 2. Field joints. These joints are welded at the site during installation. They are usually shown with a hexagonal symbol. From these joints, we calculate the field scope, called field inch diya. The formula for calculating field inch diya is number of field weld joints times pipe size. For example, if there are 5 joints of 2 inches, 5 times 2 equals 10 inch diya, field inch diya. So, remember, weld numbers help you track, inspect, and plan fabrication and installation. Knowing the type of weld and its calculation is important for project planning. Section 10. What is a weld summary? Now let's learn about the weld summary in a piping isometric drawing. A weld summary is a table that shows all the weld joints in the line. It includes details like the weld number, the weld size, the type of weld, the location of the weld, and category of weld. The purpose of the weld summary is to track, inspect, and test every weld in the piping system. This weld summary will include in the line history sheet of test pack so that each weld is properly documented and verified. So, remember, the weld summary is your quick reference for checking and managing all the welds in a line. Section 11. What is a pipe spool and spool number? Now let's learn about pipe spools and spool numbers in piping isometrics. A pipe spool is a prefabricated section of piping that is made in the fabrication shop before it is sent to the site for installation. Each spool is given a unique sequential number called a spool number. The spool number is very important because it helps to track and identify each spool during fabrication and installation. Avoid confusion on site. Ensure proper assembly in the field. Keep accurate records for inspection and testing. Spool tagging. Every spool will be tagged with an aluminium plate. The spool number is punched on it. The tag plate usually includes both the isometric number and the spool number. This tag is attached to the pipe spool section, making it easy for the fabrication shop and site team to identify and track the spool. So, remember, pipe spool is a prefabricated section of piping, and spool number is a unique ID for tracking and assembly. Section 12. What is a cut pipe length table? Now let's learn about the cut pipe length table in piping isometrics. In the isometric drawing, pipe lengths are usually given as center-to-center dimensions. But during fabrication, fabricators need the actual length of each pipe piece, excluding fittings such as elbows, T's, and flanges. To make fabrication easier, the drawing will be included a cut pipe length table. This table extracts the required lengths from the drawing and presents them in a simple tabular format. The cut pipe length table lists the exact pipe pieces to be cut for fabrication. This helps to save time, reduce mistakes, ensure accurate spool fabrication. So, remember, the cut length table gives you the exact pipe pieces needed for fabrication. Section 13. What is flange management and flange joint number? Now let's learn about flange management and flange joint numbers in piping systems. Flange management is a procedure that ensures all flange joints are leak-proof during operation. For this, we need to make sure that the flanges are properly aligned, the correct gasket is used, the stud bolts are of the right length, and the bolts are tightened to the specified torque value. Every flange joint in a piping system must be identified and tracked. That's why each joint is given a unique sequential number called a flange joint number. Once the flange is tightened and inspected, it is tagged to confirm that the joint is leak-proof and safe for operation. So, remember, Flange management means leak-proof joints, along with full traceability using flange joint numbers. That's the end of our piping isometric session. Thank you for watching. If you found this video useful, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. If you have any questions, write them in the comments below. We will be happy to help. See you in the next video.